standing. Oh, what's a man to do? Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na. This girl, this beautiful girl with eyes the size of the ocean. This man, this dutiful man, he's got this mixed up emotions. I want it, can't have it. Oh, I can hardly stand it. Oh, what's a man to do? Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na.
Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go.
Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Gotta get up, I gotta get up, move. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Have you got color in your cheeks? Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve? Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt about you nearly every night this week. How many secrets can you keep? 'Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow, and I play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go. Sorta hoping that you'd stay. Baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you, never thought of calling when you're at you, 'cause I always knew. Maybe I'm too busy being lost to fall for somebody new. Now I thought it through, crawling back to you. So have you got the goods? Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it should. Simmer down and poker up. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly on the cusp. I've tried to kiss you, but I don't know if you feel the same as I do. We could be together if you wanted to.
Do I wanna know
If this feeling flows both ways,
sad to see you go?
was sorta hoping that you'd stay.
And we both know
That the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you, and I thought of calling when Adrenaline, the fire I breathe is where I live. Incredible, inimitable. One life to live, I never give up, I never give in. Some people wanna turn and run, but the strong rise under the gun. Top to the top, ain't never gonna stop. To the top, to the top, ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me. Go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary. Fly high, or will I fall? Legends made when faith is strong. No time to bleed, I'm conquering. While I'm alive, I'm pushing the pain, I'm up for the prize. Some people wanna turn and run, but the strong rise under the gun. Top to the top, ain't never gonna stop. To the top, to the top, ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me. Go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary. Every day I fight to be wings are made to fly, made to fly. Fears are born to die, born to die. Pushing through the pain, through the pain. Pushing through, breaking through, whatever it takes, what I gotta do. Giving my all, giving all that I got. Never will stop till I get to the top. Top to the top, ain't never gonna stop. To the top, to the top, ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me. Go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me. Go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary.
And welcome to Warrior Field in Little Rock at the Little Rock Christian Academy campus, where the Vilonia Eagles will be taking on the Warriors. This is a big game for the Eagles, coming out of a 2-game losing streak, last week losing a tough one at home.
Yeah, against Clarksville, you know, we got outplayed. They have a pretty good, some pretty good athletes on the team.
Alvarez.
Made a lot of the plays for them.
Alvarez, the quarterback, he was just a pure athlete, and really, there was really no way to stop him.
Right. You know, and the week before that, we lost to Harrison, and you know, it was just a tough loss. but, you know, I think we can come out tonight and compete, and I'm looking to see maybe we can win this game.
You know, this is really a tough game on the road for the Eagles. Little Rock Christian, obviously a powerhouse, ninth grade and up. And you need to see a win tonight if you're the Eagles, though, just hoping to get to conference championships.
Right. Already have 2 losses in conference. You don't want to go down 0-3. Our record right now is 2-2, so, you know, don't want to go below 500.
Right.
But, you know, this is a tough team. You know, we can compete against them. Just have to come out here and execute tonight.
You're exactly right. And the deal is, if you go down 0-3, pretty much your chances, outside of some monumental collapse of the rest of the conference, your chances for a championship are over.
Right. You know, getting a not good seed in the playoffs, and, you know, there's not really playoffs. Just a few.
It's purely standings based. The 1 and the 2 teams, they don't even play each other.
Yeah.
What happens is the team with the best record actually wins, and that's it.
Well, yeah, sort of, pretty much. I mean, we kind of had a conference championship game last year just because
It came down.
the top 2 teams were Greenbrier and Vilonia.
Right. And that's another thing. If you win this game, you start to build a little bit of momentum against a very strong Little Rock Christian team.
Right.
Going in further to conference play, especially the Greenbrier matchup later on.
Yeah, you know, Greenbrier always a big rivalry, but Little Rock Christian as well. We always compete against Little Rock Christian, and you know, we don't really like playing them, but they're a good team, and we have to respect them.
And you know, the high school team, not a great series of events throughout the entire game for the high school. But you do remember we had an opportunity to go up by at least 18 points, just not able to capitalize. And you've got to expect to see the same sort of movement by this 9th grade Eagles team throughout the game.
Yeah, you know, this is going to be a tough defense for our offense, but I'm looking to see us to continue to go fast-paced. I think we've gotten a lot faster with every week, so I'm looking forward to this game.
You know, prior to this game, we watched the 8th grade play. They unfortunately lost. I believe the score is 42-14.
Yes.
And it was really just a heartbreaking game for the 8th grade Eagles.
Yeah, it was. You know, we're looking to not see that right now in this game today.
Back deep to receive is number 12, Jack Vines.
And number 21, Caleb Davis.
He's a long ways away for me to see. So the kick is up. It'll be a short pooch kick caught by number 13 with a fair catch. That's Aiden May. He's received a lot of kicks, most of them for fair catches, but he's gotten a lot targeted to him.
Yeah, he has, and, you know, he's a speedy guy, so you want to – I don't know if
you
he's
gotta
the kind of
respect
guy.
him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the kind of guy you want to target on a kick, but –
I mean, if you mess up and kick it a little bit lower and you give him time to adjust, then that could be going back to the house.
Yeah, and blockers out in front of him, dangerous.
Quarterback for the Eagles is
Wesley McKissick.
Wesley McKissick. Carter, his cousin. You know, get mixed up.
Sometimes. Carter Massey is the quarterback of the 8th grade team as well.
Wesley hands it off to Baker. Baker powers through the middle. He'll be taken down by several Warrior defenders. He'll get a gain of about 6 or 7. We'll make it 6. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. Getting up to the line quickly. Now McKissick, he's shown his ability to throw the ball a lot this year, and I expect to see it tonight.
Yeah.
McKissick already a quick pass to 84, and
Nolan.
Zach Nolan gets down to the 48-yard line on that quick play. The Warrior defense just wasn't ready.
You know, and I was just about to say I expect to see a lot of targets tonight to Zach Nolan and Jack Vines, and there you go. Zach Nolan off the first passing play.
McKissick hands it to Baker up the middle. Baker lowers his shoulder into a man. That'll be a gain of 1 for the Eagles. And, you know, you're exactly right about Zach Nolan and Jack Vines. They were pretty quiet last week.
As well as Matthew Benzing, too.
You're right. You know, it was just a quiet receiving day for the Eagles, which is rare. Man in motion for the Eagles. McKissick hands it to Baker along the outside. He'll try to fight for a couple more yards. He'll fall forwards. That will get the Eagles down to the 48-yard line. They'll make it 3rd and a long 4, make it 5. McKissick, empty backfield. He'll get it away quickly. Jailbreak screen. That's Jack Vines. He's got a lane. No one's going to catch him at this point. There's one man to beat, and he gets tripped up, pushed out of bounds. What a play for the Eagles.
Yeah, and you know, that's the tempo we like to see, going fast, keeping the defense on their toes, and then pull a play like that. Just some great offensive play calling right there.
If you're going to play the Little Rock Christian Warriors, you have to be able to go quickly.
Yeah, that's right.
Eagles take a snap. Refs miss and a false start. Baker still fighting for yards. He's still going. Taken down by the face mask for a gain of 4. Face mask will make it just a little bit farther.
Yeah, you know, that'll give us some extra yards. They actually missed, like you said, a false start.
It was pretty subtle, but it was in the middle of the line, so that makes it that much more difficult for the referees.
But we will take that face mask.
You saw the Christian Warrior, the Warrior defense. I will get it down eventually. The Warrior defense pointing at him, and just didn't get called.
You know, and possessions like this, when we get into the red zone and we're successful on the offensive side of the ball, we've got to convert and we've got to score touchdowns in order to be successful tonight.
McKissick sends a man in motion. He'll give it to him along the end. It's an end-around play. He'll be hit in the backfield and taken down for a loss of 1.
That's number 3, Eli Mosier. He's a quick guy, too.
We've seen Eli Mosier a lot this year on the quick routes where he can break them open.
Right.
Unfortunately, we saw him go deep last week against Clarksville, and it was just a pretty big defender on him who was able to get the ball away from him.
Yeah.
So the Eagles, a little bit of confusion in the setup here. McKissick trying to get the call from Coach Sullivan.
Still got plenty of time on the play clock.
No rush for the Eagles right now. McKissick gives it to Baker up the middle. He's got a little bit of a hole. He'll break through it for a gain of 4.
And a good job by the offensive line on that play. He had a wide open hole to go through.
You could have driven a truck through that hole.
Yes, you could have. Just had to get past those linebackers, and he would have been in the end zone.
Baker lines up to the left side of McKissick on this play in the gun. You got Jack Vines down at the bottom in one-on-one coverage. You could see him go outside with a route and throw it to him. Instead, we'll see Baker up the middle. He'll break through just short of the goal line, but it will be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Eagles. You know, power running has been a big part of this Eagle offense, which really isn't something you get to say often when you see a quick spread team like the Eagles.
Yeah, you know, when you have a guy like Richard Baker who can, you know, truck guys and, you know, plow through a defense and then pick up speed and beat everyone down the field, you can do pretty much whatever kind of run you want to.
McKissick takes a snap, gives it to Baker, a bit of a weird handoff, but he'll be in the end zone, touchdown, V-Town, and that's how you start a football game.
Yes, it is. You know, we got to keep that going, got to keep the intensity up, and we have to score on possessions like that. Great job by the offense right there and offensive line.
So the Eagles will be going for 2. McKissick by himself. It'll be a quick screen to Baker, who will get in the end zone, cut down at the goal line, falls in.
Good play call.
Give him 2.
Give him 8.
The score is 8-0 to start off the ball game. It was a quick drive.
Yeah, it was. You know, not as quick as when we came here on the first drive, first play of the game, scored a touchdown. But, you know, like I said, we got to keep the intensity up, not let them come back.
Look, we said it before. If there's anything we love to do, it's beat the Little Rock Christian Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, if you want to beat the Christian Warriors, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you got to put points on the board. You know, their offense we know is going to be explosive. They're going to be good. But,
hey,
you know, got to find the flaws in the team.
The great Chris Lee once said, the team that scores more points wins 9 out of 10 times.
It's true.
9 out of 10
true.
times.
Well, there are cases.
You know what it makes me do? It makes me want to cheer.
It does.
And before the game, we had some cheering going
We
on.
did have
Madeline,
some
could you
cheering
show us
going
some cheering
on.
going on?
Yeah, we had some cheering going on. Grant was
I
pretty
was a legend.
hyped.
Look, watch it. Watch it. Look at the moves. Look at the moves.
He was dancing with the cheerleaders.
And they were checking me out. So
Here we
the
go.
kick is up. And it will bounce out of bounds. The Warriors just let it bounce, which is a bold strategy. If that bounces back, if it has any sort of backspin, That's Eagle football.
That'll be Warrior ball, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
You know, guys, you show that, and I'm already getting messages. Already.
You got some moves, boy. You got some moves.
I can dance.
Dancing with the Stars. I expect to see it next season.
Hey, I'll send my selfies to NASA.
Oh, here we go.
Christian takes a snap. They'll hand it to the outside. That's number 20. He's got some speed. But taken down by Mosier. A nice tackle in the open field. That's a difficult tackle to make, but he made it. On the run was number 20, Preston Davis. And that's a big guy with some speed.
Yeah, it is. You know, we're going to have to be able to not make arm tackles, wrap up like Mosier just did right there.
15 hands it to 22 up the middle. He's got a lane. He would make a move, a block by the Eagles. And Jack Vines alongside number 4, Colton Ellis, turn him end over end.
Good tackle there, but we're going to have to make the stop earlier.
That was a good tackle, but it's first down Warriors from the 35. That's 15, takes a snap, hands it to the outside. Same play we saw first, 20. He'll break a tackle or two and get pushed out of bounds for a gain of 10. That'll be first down Warriors.
Like we said earlier, they're going to have an explosive offense just like we do, up tempo. We're just going to have to find a way to stop it. It might be a battle of the offenses tonight.
We could see a shootout, and if Vilonia's good at anything, it's track meets.
Yes, it is.
This will be a handoff to the left side. That's 26, tries to break it out. He does break one tackle, falls forward for a gain of 3.
Yeah, a good job there by Colton Ellis. You know, he's a smaller dude, but he held on for as long as he could, slowed him down, and wasted enough time for James Wilson to get there and finish the tackle off.
It's all about the mentality. Steve Atwater, I think immediately of Steve Atwater hitting the Nigerian Nightmare. There'll be a fake handoff. 15 will throw it to 35. He makes a fantastic catch, taken down by number 21, Caleb Davis.
Yeah, great pitch and catch right there.
Size right there. He's a lot taller than our guy.
That is a big
It's
man.
a mismatch.
That's a big boy.
You know, their offensive line isn't that big, but they got some tall running backs, some receivers out there.
They're just a large team, honestly.
Yes, they are.
I mean, if you're the Christian Warriors, that's something you love to see. 26 will take to the outside. He'll break it in and get wrapped up around the legs by 31, Landon Alexander. Alexander, he's been around the field the entire season. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, you know, he's one of those guys that you really like to see. You know, he's playing linebacker, and, you know, he watches the ball and gets into every play and pursues the ball.
Hand off to 26. He'll dive forwards from the 5-yard line. Doesn't score, but it does get him a few extra yards. They'll say third down and a short one.
And they can still get a first down before getting a touchdown. So it's about 1 yard.
You know, you're right, Steve. And if you're the Warriors, you want to get into the end zone, but more importantly, you want to get one and get 4 more tries. So it's a handoff to 22, and he does get in for a touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for these teams tonight so far. Score 6-8 right now. And if the Eagles stop this extra point in any way, then they're still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that could be a difference maker coming to the end of the game. You know, we scored that first 2-point conversion, and then they're going to kick it.
So the coaching mindset here is you take 1, we'll take 2.
Right.
Kick is up, and a great kick.
Hit the
It hits the upright just wide right, and it bounces straight back. Cody Parkey.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Bears fans.
That was a good kick by the Warriors. We don't kick at all. So
I mean, that's kind of impressive that he's able to kick it like that, just a little bit too far right, and it's no good.
You know, I'm fine with that, up by 2, and that could be a difference maker come to the end of the game.
Steve, what have you seen so far tonight?
Hey man, I've seen our offense make some a good drive there to begin, and that, you know, you gotta feel good about that. We're moving the ball. Our defense, like we've seen in the past, kind of soft. We've got to start not just trying to arm tackle, but get in there and form tackle and get that ball carrier down. And I think we do that. We have success here tonight.
Yeah.
You're right. All it takes is the mentality and the execution to succeed.
Back deep to receive for
That is true.
Quote Grant McNew.
number 12,
Grant McNew, the great.
to number 21, Caleb Davis.
The Grant McNew.
Kickoff for the Warriors, number 6, William Kaufman.
So if they kick it down here again, do we see a return? I guess we'll find out.
Not that
Fair
one.
catch, a miscommunication, 10 catches it. He didn't call fair catch, so it's still in play.
Yeah.
So he'll get a couple extra yards before he's down.
Yeah, Aiden May thought he was going to catch that one and call for a catch, but Josh Tipton thought he would catch it instead.
Now, I believe Josh Tipton, I don't think that's his job to run back like that, just trying to make the safe play. But that's when you want to see the old baseball call it.
Right, baseball, volleyball, call the ball. It's all right, we didn't turn the ball over, but you want to make sure, coach your guys up right there so we don't make a mistake.
It's just a dangerous thing to see.
Right.
So McKissick back on the field with Baker. Sort of a pistol formation. He'll fake it to Mosier along the right side. Baker goes through the middle, breaking
Look at that.
tackles, dragging defenders.
Wow.
That'll be a gain of 9.
And that's what you like to see for Baker. He does not want to go down to the field.
And what have we called him this year?
The
The
beast.
beast.
And, ooh.
So fake handoff, screen pass down there to the right side. He'll be stood up and slammed down.
It's Matthew Benzing on the catch.
Benzing has been a strong receiver all season, and it's really just been a great receiving core among Nolan, Vines, Mosier, and Benzing.
Yeah, and I like to see Mosier in motion a lot. That means we'll maybe see some jet sweeps later in the game.
Baker takes it up the middle. He'll be met immediately, able to fight forwards for a couple extra yards. And he's got that ability.
Number 17, Dawson Rudkin.
Like to see us keep marching the ball down the field. McKissick throws to Nolan, wrapped up immediately,
Number 84, Zach
and brought down for a gain of about 2.
53.
He had binds on that, but I don't know if that would have been the best throw to make, so I think it was a good decision by McKissick right there to throw it down to Zach Nolan. And we're seeing a little bit of one-on-one coverage for Jack Vines right now. The safeties are scooting in, and Jack's out here on the sideline on your near side.
Now the corner is backed off, so it could be a screen pass opportunity, but instead they'll hand it to Baker, who has a man on top of him. He jumped on his back, piggyback style, and Richard Baker says, I don't care, I'll carry you all the way if I have to.
Yes, he will. He's kind of like Seth Kirk a little bit. When he gets the ball, he's running as hard as he can until you drag him to the ground. He's not going down easy.
Well, people see Richard Baker, and they don't understand how athletic he is. I've seen that man do backflips like it's nothing.
Yeah, at the pep rally, he did a round-off,
I mean,
round-off back handspring,
Something.
backflip, I don't know.
he's just an athlete all around.
We'll let the first quarter expire.
So that's the end of the first quarter. It's 4th down for the Eagles. The score at the end of one is Eagles 8, Warriors 6.
And we're marching, it is 4th down, but we've seen some pretty good plays on both of these possessions.
It's 4th and manageable in 4-down territory, which
Right.
is
Give it to the beast.
the Beast. What a nickname. I kind of love it.
When I was calling the Pee Wee game on Saturday, there was a 4th grade team, and they had 2 guys on the team that wanted me to call them by their nicknames. And so one of them was the Beast, and the other one was Rhino.
Rhino, I like that one.
They're
I
pretty
like
good.
Rhino.
Rhino.
Yeah, he's a big defensive player, making a bunch of tackles.
So, all the fans out there listening, we're going to have a special halftime guest at halftime. So you
We
want to tune
are.
in for that?
Keep it a secret. Keep it
We
a
will.
secret.
Okay.
Do we give a hint, though?
We will.
He's the President of the United States of America.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
He is a president.
He might as well be.
He is a president as
of something.
Yes.
So Eagles back on the field going the opposite direction. It's 4th and 4 with McKissick in the gun. Richard Baker to his right.
Maybe look to see a little tunnel
He'll
screen.
roll out Baker with a good block and extremely short throw by McKissick. He was under duress. If he's able to get that ball just a little bit further, he's got Mosier wide open.
Yeah, you know, just glad it wasn't an interception, but
It could have been.
would have liked to see the ball have a chance right there,
If he gets just a little bit more mustard on there,
as Coach Riley would say.
he'll get that hot dog.
Could have been 6.
We need
Could've
to
been
we need to
six.
see the defense now. We need to see them make a stop and get the ball back.
Vines down low at the corner position playing press.
Looks like we might bring a little blitz.
That'll be 20 along the near side. Davis wraps him up high and just throws him down alongside 2 other defenders.
Number 21, Caleb Davis.
You know, it looks like, you know, defense is getting into the backfield. He's just quick. Getting to him is a different story.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of speed and power at the same time for this back.
Only a gain or 2, but still got to, you know, try to wrap up and not let him break out for a big run.
So it'll be a screen pass to number 1. There's a block in the back. They'll call it. He's going to run all the way, but it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I think he was out of bounds also back here.
Taken down at the 10.
There was definitely a
flag
block in the
down
back.
at the 40. It'll be blocking the back, and Jack Vines says, come on back. There's a flag.
It was
Wow.
definitely a block in the back. The receivers grabbed hold of his jersey and pushed him down.
You know, and it probably would have been tackled there if the block isn't made. That was number 1, Scotty Hightower, at the receiver position making the catch.
That's a big call.
Yeah, it is. You know, they just had some momentum, and that kind of gives us momentum right there. Bring them back for a 2nd and long.
Be second down and 16
So
for the Warriors.
we held them to 2 yards on 1st down. They're more than here's what I expect them to do. I expect them to run the ball on 2nd down and then throw it for 3rd down.
Okay.
They're probably going to try to make it 3rd and manageable and then throw the ball. I may be wrong, though. I have been wrong
I
before.
can see that. Nope, they're going to pass it.
Probably won't be a run. It will be a slant. A great throw. 7 pushes a man off of him and keeps running. He breaks another tackle. Eventually thrown down at the 40. Missed tackles by the Eagle defenders, and that's something you can't do if you want to beat this team.
No, you know, tried to bring him down with the arms, and, you know, we just got stiff-armed to the ground. Can't do that. It was pretty good coverage, but gave him too much space to make that play.
So 15, that's Grayson O'Dwyer as the quarterback. Flag thrown, false start on the offense. This will mark them back.
Warriors.
Steve, what do you think the defense should do right here?
Blitz.
Blitz?
Get back there.
Wise
You know
words.
they're probably going to pass it here.
I mean, they've got the ability to pass and run. It's really just a 1-2 threat.
Either way, I agree with Steve. I think a blitz right here would be a good play call.
It will be a pass. He'll throw it deep. He's got Vines playing defense. And
Oh,
it's dropped.
through his hands.
Great play by Vines to push the receiver out of the ball. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, but, you know, good coverage. If he got his head turned, he might have had a better play on the ball.
Well,
probably not an interception, but, you know.
I mean, you're right, but it was sort of a moment of panic because you saw he was beat.
Yes, he was.
Luckily, he has the speed to get back, but when you're beat, you just go as fast as you can at that receiver.
And, you know, a good play of not drawing a
flag.
pass interference.
You're right. So it'll be a handoff to
Little
22,
shuffle
registered as a pass because of the shuffle pass. That'll be a gain of about 8. That'll make it 3rd and 2. Wow, 3rd and 8 or 7. Make it 7.
7.
That'll
7.
be 3rd and 7 for the Warriors.
So the Eagle defense has an opportunity to get a big 3rd down stop right here. Grayson O'Dwyer has had a lot of time in the pocket so far tonight, but this time he'll pitch it outside to the right. 20, hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll push forwards for 3 more. That'll make it 4th down and 4.
That's what I like to see right there. You know, not just one person trying to make a tackle. Because
There's 5 on
yeah,
that tackle.
exactly. You know, number 20, he's a big dude and he's strong and just a great job of pursuing the ball like Coach Langrill has tried to preach into these kids, and I'm sure Coach Morris has too.
Big down right here, 4th.
So the Warriors are going to go for it on 4th down. It'll be a fake handoff. The Eagles all bid on it. Open field for 22, and Caleb Davis makes a great play
That's a good
to get the tackle. That's an extremely difficult tackle for Caleb Davis.
That's a good play call by Christian. I mean,
it
our
was.
whole defense bit, and they were
Everyone-
able to pass it out there in the flats and get first down.
Everyone on the defensive line took off for the running back. So first down Warriors, 15 takes a snap, does hand it off this time. 20 met
Nice
in the
job.
backfield, able to break through the arm tackles, and he'll be driven to the ground after a gain of 6.
You know, we got hands on him in the backfield. If we could have held on to it for just a little bit longer, I think we would have had him stop for just to gain him maybe 1 or just met at the line of scrimmage.
Eagle, 14-yard line.
So the Eagles playing defense in the red zone, 2nd and 5.
If we can get a big stop right here, be pretty good momentum for our defense.
15 will roll out to his left. He's got a man. He'll throw it. It's a high throw, dropped by number 1. Either way, Vines was there, ready to put him on the ground.
Yeah, that would not have been a gain of much at all if he came down with it.
Vines grabbed his leg and lifted up, and it kind of looked like Nick Lewis out there.
Another 3rd down situation. You know, our defense is doing good, you know, getting them in them 3rd down situations. We just need to stop them.
Right.
Warriors going on 3rd down. He'll hand it up the middle, met
There you
in
go.
the backfield, and he will get nowhere after the hit. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That makes it 4th down and 5.
Yeah, 56, Andy Tennant, Landon Alexander, and Colton Ellison on that tackle. You know, that's a defensive lineman, a linebacker, and a safety in on that tackle right there.
I mean, you're not going to break through that.
Right.
Not very often.
I think we're going to try a field goal here.
So it's a long field goal, but we have seen this kicker's leg, and he can put it that far.
He can get it that far. Let's just see if he's accurate.
He has had some accuracy issues tonight. He's 0 for 1 on the extra points. This is a low kick that spun sideways in a way. It was like a spiral but pointed down. But that is 3 points for the Christian Warriors, making it 9 to 8. See,
But
the
you know,
scoreboard went up 1 at a time very slowly here. It was kind of weird. It threw me off.
you know, we're playing Little Rock Christian. You got to like that score right now, 9 to 8.
I mean, that's impressive for
Yes,
the Eagles to be able to
no
hold
doubt.
him. 2 drives, 9 points. The Warriors are disappointed.
We are doing a great job of moving the ball. We got to get in the end zone.
Yes, we do. Got to capitalize.
So the Eagles are about to get ready to go on offense once again. Stopped last drive, and you've got to hope that they find something here.
Yeah, we need to score. We need to take the lead back before half. I doubt we keep the ball for the whole 4 minutes, but we'll see. Because I think we're pretty fast and up-tempo. I don't know if we would have the ball for the whole 4 minutes, but need to get a big touchdown right here and then get a stop.
Again, everybody listening out there, you're going to stick around for halftime with our special guest.
So the kick is up. This will be a deeper kick, kicked out of bounds, and Davis made the motion of throwing the flag out of his pocket.
That'll be Eagles ball, 1st and 10, from their own 35-yard line.
So the Eagles take over at the 35 after the illegal kick, and that's good field position.
And, you know, in a perfect world, what you want to see right here is the Eagles take this 4 minutes, 10 seconds, drive down the field, put it in the end zone with no time left.
Yeah, you know, I was saying I don't know if we'll be able to hold on to the ball for that long, but that would definitely be in our favor to not let Little Rock Christian have the ball back,
Hey.
because we've seen that quarterback's arm.
Steve here is a clock management master.
Master.
So McKissick will take the snap and hand it to Baker up the middle. Baker tries to break through, does find a hole after
Good
he
job of
cuts it
just-
outside, and that'll be a gain of 6, make it 7.
Good job of just bouncing it out right
If you
there.
notice that, he got there, didn't have nowhere to go, so he bounced it outside, so you like to see that.
Right.
Eagles quick to the line. McKissick takes a snap, hands it to Baker up the middle again, cuts left again, lowers his shoulder into defenders. He's
Man,
still fighting.
Look at the beast.
Taken down, and that's about 10 yards after contact.
Carry again by Richard Baker. Taken down.
Little
22,
Ezekiel Elliott right there.
26, Hope.
You know, he always leads the league in yards after contact.
Baker up the middle again. He'll break through again. Steve, I don't think we're going to hold the ball for 4 minutes.
Man, I tell you, I don't know if they're going to just let us score and get the ball back or what, but, man, they're letting us run over them.
Richard
That
Baker's,
offensive line is doing a fantastic job right now.
they are wearing out this defensive line. Baker to the left side. He'll lower
Oh,
his
look at
shoulder.
that.
He's
Oh,
running people
Poor
over
35.
like it's nothing.
Oh my God.
35 just took a helmet to the stomach.
35 was slow to get up, and he stumbled around for a second there. Baker is ready to go again.
Now, I don't think he's going to have a rest.
Coaches say, take a breath, we'll put you in a
You
second.
can tell he's a little winded.
So Davis subbed in for Baker at the running back position. Down here at the bottom of your screen is Colton Ellis in one-on-one coverage.
Letting some time come off that clock there.
2:55 showing on the clock. Davis will take it up the middle. He'll find a hole and try to break through. He'll get a gain of 4.
Yeah, and that's showing, you know, it's not just Baker doing all the work. As the offensive line, you know, a big hole for Davis right there as well.
As Seth Kirk said last week, it's all about the line.
It is all about the line.
McKissick gives it to Davis along the left side. Davis able to break a couple tackles, still up, and gets cleaned out at the line of scrimmage.
Carry again by number
Yeah,
21,
gains
Taylor
just
Davis.
about maybe half a yard right there. But a good job of fighting
You
for
got to
yards.
think right here, we might try a pass.
Well, the clock is being stopped, and
Oh.
it was a screen pass. McKissick put it right on the money, hitting Mosier in the back of the head. Vines tried to save him, couldn't quite make it.
Hey, that's a good timeout, though, by the coach. You know, give him a little bit of water, rest, get back out there, maybe get this in the end zone right before the half.
Warriors looking to get their defense re-energized. But re-energized for the rest of this drive. And there's 2:17 showing on the clock. And it's really good clock management by the Eagles so far. Look at that. Who is that?
Who taught you them moves?
I taught you this move.
Let's just say Grant was hit with the cheerleaders today.
I was so happy.
Did you have any of them come up and talk to you?
Not yet, because we've been fighting them off, you know. But it's just tough living like this sometimes. So the Eagles back out on the field for 3rd down. We saw a screen pass before the stoppage. This time it will be a handoff up the middle to Baker, who's back in. He'll fight
There you go.
forwards for a gain
Number 19, Richard
of
Baker.
8, and that'll make it 1st down Eagles.
Great
Guys,
play
right now,
there.
they cannot stop him.
Richard Baker running like the beast he is.
Chain gang
Another
was
first down.
trying not to give him that first down, but the ref said yes, it was.
The chain gang does not want to run today. Eagles back for 1st down. McKissick waiting for the snap, who will hand it to Baker up the middle. Baker met in the backfield. Still drives forwards for a gain of 2. You saw that he got met in the backfield, wrapped up, and still ran for 2 yards.
Number 19, Richard Baker. Taken down for
Just,
17.
powering through,
It's just
not
pure
giving up
power.
on the play.
Pure power. McKissick takes the snap again. He'll fake the handoff, drops backwards, throws a screen.
Oh,
Helmet came off,
It's got
and he'll throw the flag.
I think that's going to be a face mask.
It'll
face
be a
mask,
face
horse
mask.
collar.
She read my mind.
What do you call when you grab the back of the helmet and rip it off their head? What is that called?
Don't do that. That-
You
It's called a
can't
penalty.
do that
they just throw the flag and they say,
You
you shouldn't
can't
do
do
that
that.
ever again.
ever.
And then they give the Eagles a
I
touchdown.
believe that'll be a 15-yard.
I hope
It'll
so.
be something serious.
Definitely a personal foul, so it's got to be a 15 yards.
When you use your hands to take off a player's helmet, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
Quote
There you go.
AAA.
Face mask indicated against the Warriors.
So they will call it a 15-yard face
That's big right
mask.
there. With a minute 29 on the clock.
So, you know, you're right, Steve. 1:29 left on the clock. The Eagles have kept the ball for a long time now as compared to the rest of their drives, and they're looking to score last.
You know, good strategy by the coaches, though.
Clock management going to be a factor in this game, it seems like. And McKissick will take the snap, give it to Baker to the right side. Baker will lower his shoulder into a man's head. Man drops, Baker falls 3 yards farther.
26, Hope Chapel.
Timeout.
So the Eagles will call a timeout, probably to let the offensive line and Richard Baker rest a second, because they've been working hard this entire drive.
They have, and we still have one timeout left to use with a minute 12 on the clock at the 9.5-yard line.
And the Eagles threatening right now within the 10-yard line. But you have to see that they're trying to use up the rest of the time.
Yeah, you know, great strategy. Got to get in the end zone this play, or this possession, sorry. And, you know, if we score with about 30 seconds left, you know, that's all right. We'll be all right with that. We just got to get a big stop on the defensive side of the ball. Got to score first, though.
So McKissick in the gun with the Baker. Sends Mosier in motion, gives it to Baker up the middle. Baker wide open
Look
hole.
at that.
He'll fall forwards. They will
Score.
mark
Now they're
him
gonna mark
down
him.
at the
Ooh.
1-yard line.
And that's all right. We're
I
wasting
thought
more time.
I thought he fell a little bit early, maybe rolled a little bit.
Hey, first down, though. We got 4 plays to
Right.
get 1 yard and get into the end zone.
We've got 4 plays to run the clock down.
Yes, we do. A minute to go on the clock.
McKissick will take the ball, hand it to Baker. Baker breaks a tackle in
He's
the
in
backfield, falls into the end zone. Touchdown, V-Town.
Breaks 2 tackles in the backfield, said, no, 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 not today.
You are not going to stop Richard Baker when he has a drive like that.
Great possession right there by the Eagle offense and Eagle offensive line, as well as Richard Baker running hard, not wanting to go down. Let's, you know, put this 2-point conversion in there right now.
So it looks like the Eagles will go for 2. Sticking with the you take 1, we'll take 2. McKissick will fake the handoff to Baker. He's got Nolan wide open. Nolan makes the catch and steps in. That's 2 more for the Eagles.
You gotta like it.
That's what we like to see right there.
The score 16-9. Eagles up with 51 seconds showing on the clock.
I'm hyped right now.
Now, does the Eagle defense stop the They've got 51 seconds with 2 touchdowns, and they've been able to run the ball extremely well.
Yes, they have. You know, running the ball might be where it's at for them. They might not even have to pass to gain a lot of yards, but let's just try to keep them inbounds and out of the end zone.
So the kick is up. It's a short kick, end over end, taken by 35, who got trucked by Richard Baker earlier. 45 able to break a tackle, hit low and tripped up. That's number 13.
Hayden May.
Hayden May on the tackle. Great play in the open field.
And we're lucky there. He had, if he hadn't attacked him right there, he had 6.
Yeah, he
You're
did.
right. He gets by May there, and it's a touchdown.
42 seconds to go.
And great field position for the Warriors.
We only got one deep safety right now. Oh, he'll scoot up. So nobody deep.
So Ellis comes up. You've got trips on the bottom side here, which makes the Eagle defense nervous. They will drop back Matthew Benzing to play safety. And 22 is wide open on the sideline, blown coverage somewhere. Benzing not able to catch up to him. That's touchdown Warriors in one play.
Just that quick.
Now, it looked like Vines may have read something wrong or took one misstep that just ruined it.
And the first step's the biggest step for a corner and receiver.
Any mistake for a cornerback is just amplified because it's that much easier for the, a receiver that's as good as this receiving core to just go by you.
Yeah, and here's where, extra points come into play. It's 15-16.
So the kick is up.
Oh,
blocked.
blocked.
No good. Eagles are still up after the touchdown. It's 15-16.
Big play right there.
Eagles happy to be going for 2 now as they're up by 1 with 33 seconds left in this half.
Not sure who had that block.
I think
wow,
it was
that
Matthew Benzing on that play. Tall, lanky dude, and he got in there and got his hands on the ball.
Benzing not able to make this touchdown-saving tackle, but he will make the lead protecting block.
And we still have 33 seconds to work with now. That's not a lot, but with our fast-paced offense, and it says we still have 2 timeouts on the board.
We do have 2 timeouts, and you've got to remember, you only have to win by 1.
Yeah, only have to be ahead by 1.
That's pretty deep.
That is pretty deep. Deep thoughts with Grant. So the Warrior kicking team will come out and try to more than likely pin the Eagles back deep to prevent some sort of end-of-half drive.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the call to make because you got Aiden May and Jack Vines back there. They can make plays easily, but we'll see what we can do, get some good field position maybe, and maybe take it down and score another touchdown.
So it will be a squib kick to Nolan. Nolan, a big man that can move. He'll try to break through, not quite able to make it. He'll get down to the 43-yard line.
Leaving 26 seconds left in the half.
Now, if you're the coaches, you're telling Nolan, take what you can, you run straight forwards and get down.
Right.
So 26 seconds for the Eagles to work with. McKissick does have an arm when you give him time.
Right, sometimes offenses would take this and just run the ball and run the clock out, but I think we're going to try and score on this with these last few.
Well, it's going to depend on what Baker can do with this run as he breaks it left, runs a man over. Timeout called by Coach Morris.
Good play again.
There were 14 seconds on the clock when he called timeout, and the referees were blowing it dead. So we'll see if they put any more time back on the clock. They may not.
You got to think we're going to have to try for a long pass sometime. I mean, 12 seconds left.
What I expect some sort of out route around the 40 to the 45, and then maybe a Hail Mary.
Or
Of
maybe
course.
even a tunnel screen. We like to make that play, and we get a lot of yards on that play.
No,
But we're in bounds when we make that play.
We
That's
say
a
that
good
up
point.
here, but when you're on the sidelines, you got the fear of an interception running it back.
Right.
before
Right.
half. So
that was a good point by Madeline, the tunnel screen. It works.
It works
a lot of the time,
time,
and it's
and-
worked a lot tonight.
We could just get into that lane and pick up some good blocks. We could see a touchdown on the tunnel screen, or I like what you said as well, out route and get out of bounds and then chunk it. And they did put some more time back on the clock. We have 15 seconds.
Well, and you still have a timeout, so if you run the tunnel screen and you get tackled quickly enough,
Yeah.
we may see a hook and ladder.
Right.
So McKissick sends Mosier in motion. He will not hand it to Mosier. He's got blockers. He'll throw it deep. Jack Vines not able to make the catch. Great defensive play by the Warriors.
Yeah,
That's number 6, Will Kaufman.
Vines never really had a step on his defender. It wasn't really open, but, it was a good try and maybe draw a pass interference or maybe give Vines a chance to go up and grab it over the defender.
I thought when he threw that ball it was going to Zach Nolan, who had about a step and a half on his defender, but it would have been a tough throw in the middle part of the field.
Right. 10 seconds left.
So McKissick back in the shotgun with Baker to his right. Will hand it to Baker up the middle. Warriors not
Look at
ready
this.
for it. Baker falls down. 5 seconds for timeout Eagles with 4 seconds on the clock.
Great play right there. He almost broke away for a bigger gain right there.
The Warriors lucky he gets tripped up there by the defender. If he stays upright, that's a touchdown.
Yes, it is.
So the Eagles have no more timeouts left. you've got to expect some sort of shot to the end zone.
Got to.
That or your tunnel screen or hook and ladder.
You know, I think we'll see probably a shot. Maybe the tunnel screen, but, well, since Vines is all by himself over there on the far side, I don't know if we'll see a tunnel screen.
You got Benzing and Mosier on the bottom part of the field with no safety back there. It must be deep coverage by both 7 and 22. You've got a man playing center field as one scoots over closer to the middle of the field.
Looks like they'll only bring 3 or 4 rushers, or maybe 3.
A little bit of confusion on the Eagles side of the ball. 6 on the play clock. They will get it off. McKissick with plenty of time. He's got Nolan on the out. Nolan's got room. 75 just too fast. Nolan not able to make it. He got down to about the 12-yard line, and that's the end of the half. Eagles are up 15-16, ready to go into the second half.
And that was, good try there. I mean, he almost could have broke that and gotten the end zone. So good job by our Eagles this first half.
Great job, going into the half with the lead. Not something a lot of these Little Rock Christian fans expected. We expected it because we know what this team's capable of, but good job by our offense, and defense.
Defense held them to 15 points.
They got better as the half went on. I'm looking to see even more plays the second half.
You saw the Eagles come out immediately and punch the Warriors in the mouth just on the first drive like it was nothing, and they've kept the lead.
Yes, they have.
We saw a couple lead changes, but the Eagles do have it at the end of the half, 16-15. So we're going to go into some music for a second, and we'll see you in a little bit with our halftime guest appearance.
Got color in your cheeks. Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve? Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt about you nearly every night this week. How many secrets can you keep? 'Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow, and I play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go. Sorta hoping that you'd stay. That the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you. Never thought I'd calling when you love you, 'cause I always do. Maybe I'm too busy being lost to fall for somebody new. Now I thought it through, crawling back to you. So have you got the goods?
And we're back here with our guest appearance,
Special
the one
guest.
and only Drake Toll.
Drake C. Toll.
Drake Cannon Toll. So Drake, you've been in Texas, I understand, for NASA down in Houston. So just tell us, what's that been like?
I was with NASA for a couple weeks, and they laid me off. So
Oh no.
I had to make ends meet somehow. So I came up and became a actually delivery truck manager on the campus at McLennan Community College in Waco.
Wow.
So sort of a rags to riches
It's been
story.
a crazy turn of events.
So, Drake, we all know what you've been doing up there at Baylor, and it's really exciting. Can you tell us what it's like having this Eagle Vision experience to propel you to that position?
We had a lot of firsts with Eagle Vision. Obviously, that's where I was able to get my start. And now the first ever phone interview on Eagle Vision has me attached to it. So now I guess it all comes full circle. But, I can't express enough how grateful I am for the program, for the school, for the administration, for the school board, and the people. I think the thing that sets Vilonia apart, what sets the students apart, is how prepared you are going into the real world thanks to the help of the people. And so I really, again, I can't express enough how grateful I am for all the help, the boost, the experiences that I was given, opportunities thanks to just how inclusive everyone in Vilonia is. And I miss it every day. But I couldn't have asked for a better start and a better way to plug into opportunities. The best part about where I grew up is the fact that the adults gave students opportunities to be adults, and there's nothing that could be better than that when it comes to real life experience early on.
Grant, Steve here. We're happy to have you on the program with us. We miss you, buddy. We're glad you're doing good. How's college life up there?
Wow, college life is crazy. I tell you, it's really faith-based and Christian-oriented here. I couldn't ask for anything better. It's a culture shock in the amount of truly, unapologetically Christian people that walk this campus. The administration's great. The whole school, I'm getting to attend college at a private Division I school that has elite athletics. Number one team in the country in volleyball. Football teams receiving votes, undefeated right now. Our acro and tumbling team, 5 straight national champions. Women's basketball national champions. I like to consider this the best university in the country, and so to be able to attend here, the number one thing I want to see from this is a fluctuation of Vilonia students that really look at Baylor as an option. Because I can't express how happy I am to be here. This is home. I mean, this is my home away from home. That's turning into home. I'll never be a Texan, but I'm about as close as you can get me.
So
let's hope they don't make you one.
Drake, now that we have that on the broadcast, what's the chances we get a sponsorship from the University of Baylor?
0%. They've got some deep pockets down here, but they put it all into Fording University. I recently had a $100 million donation that is going to build us a new basketball arena. So this place, they do a really good job of keeping sponsors inside the university and really projecting the excellence that Baylor has to offer.
Nice. Well, you were the national beta president here in Arkansas, and I think something happened today to make you another president. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Great question. Big announcement for the first time in a long time. A lot of firsts today on campus, but I was elected the freshman class president. There are about 3,500 freshmen on campus here at Baylor, and some kid from small town Arkansas gets to represent them as president. I promised after the national beta election that I would never run for anything ever again, and here I am. So
good job.
Took a lot of energy, a lot of effort. By far the closest race I've ever been in my life. Had some great opponents down here, so I'm very close with. And in the end, big shout out to Sean Barber too. Great decal and T-shirts. I had a social media editing crew that ran a lot of my campaign online, and I won the election by just 5% of the vote. So a really tight election here, but getting to be behind the mic, doing play-by-play for Baylor football and volleyball, being able to write in the newspaper, being able to now represent as a student government class president. I can't tell you guys how blessed I've been, how blessed God has really, God's moved in my life down here and put me in positions that I could never have dreamed of. So things are moving fast, but I couldn't be more thankful for my beginnings and now where I've ended up now.
That's awesome. Well, we have Eagle Vision. I'm sure that you are following down there in Texas. Have you been able to watch any of the high school games this year?
I have, and Steve, I think we got something in that Draven Smith boy.
Yeah, I think we do.
I think we do. He's been electric as he was last year. So good to watch Myers step up into a role that he seems to fit that presence of a leading quarterback. A quarterback leads by example really well. A young guy that's made an impact so far. Tyler Moran obviously is an animal. How about Wimberly on the defensive line? I mean, come on, you guys. What a year to be an Eagle.
You know, we were talking about that on the broadcast the other night. He is around the ball every play.
He sure is. And how about the BB game? You know, BB got a new football coach.
Yes.
A couple of them, actually. So I'm not sure what the connection of the tie there is, but it felt pretty good to beat them, didn't it?
Well, let's just say that has added to the rivalry against Vilonia and BB.
Wow. Well, hey, you know, it was a close game, wasn't it, Steve?
Not even. No, sir.
Oh, good. You love to hear that, don't you?
You do. You do. Especially the years that we've had in the past. It's good to have one like that every once in a while.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I'm keeping up with you guys. I call in the buzz once every couple of weeks and try to keep up with the Hogs. Hey, speaking of, how are the Hogs doing, Steve?
All right, moving on. We got about 5 minutes left here before
Whooping.
half. We're going to go back to
Down but not out.
Let's just say that last week I watched a little Baylor football, and it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, you know, Baylor's got a great defense. Charlie Brewer's playing really well at quarterback. 10 touchdowns, no interceptions right now. Denzel Mims is possibly the best receiver in the country. And Clay Johnson on the defensive side is going to go in the first 2 rounds. So, you know, it's been fun to be around, fun to cover. And then volleyball, obviously, being number 1 in the country. They're on ESPN every now and then. They've got a couple Olympians on that team. So, I tell you what, sports that I'm getting covered down here, it's phenomenal. So, but hey, you know, it's nothing new. I'm used to covering the Eagles, who make the playoffs in just about everything, and it's like moving from Vilonia to Vilonia big.
So, you know, Drake, you mentioned the football team. I would like to see Baylor go against the Razorbacks and get what's coming to them.
Well, if you're a Razorback fan that likes seeing the Hogs win, I wouldn't want that too much.
Hey, Baylor in Fayetteville or even Little Rock, Baylor's going down.
Well, we want Bama right now, so Arkansas is a little below our pay grade.
Now, you can't say we want Bama when you're not in the SEC.
Hey, 4-0, baby, 4-0.
I'll give you. You can say we want Clemson. Bama is not part of that.
No.
LSU's the team to beat, though.
Clemson. Clemson's Bush League.
LSU is the team to beat, though.
But Drake, hey, following you on social media down there, it looks like you right in there with the press conferences and everything. Talk about that.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, you know, everybody out there, I'm on Instagram at Drake.Toll. I'm on Facebook, Drake C. Toll. You know, keep up. I love to update people from back home. Been in interviews with plenty of head coaches. You know, I'll have Les Miles and Mike Gundy in front of me on a microphone before the season's over. Tom Herman, Sam Ellinger, Jalen Hurts, Lincoln Riley, just a few of the names that I'll get to sit down with. And then Kim Mulkey, the women's basketball coach here, Scott Drew. So getting to be in those press conferences is really cool. Get to be around the players, around the coaches. Division I guys, they're on ESPN every weekend. Sports Center Top 10 plays, you know, they're right there in front of me, on the sidelines, in the booth. Really cool to know those guys, have relationships with those guys, especially to hear their Christian values and faith. And you know, it's next level. It's next level to have an opportunity like this. I get chills every time I sit down at a luncheon with the AD or you know, get to sit down and interview with the coaches or the university president. So absolute blessing, get to be around those people, some great interviews, some great people, and a great opportunity for a freshman to plug in like that. I got to pinch myself, remind myself that four months ago, you know, I was walking the halls in high school, and now, you know, I get to live my dream. That's what I grew up dreaming of, and now I'm in the middle of it, and I love it. I really love it.
Cool. Well,
So,
we're going to go ahead.
Drake, we've got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock here, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the action. It's good talking to you, catching up on the broadcast with everything in college life, and we'll see you next chance we get. Maybe Christmas.
Listen, I'll be in the Bahamas for Thanksgiving with the women's basketball team, but I'll be back sooner or later.
Awesome. Well, take care, buddy, and we'll see you when you get back.
Hey, I love you guys to death. Go Eagles.
All right, go Eagles.
second half action. The Eagles up 16-15 after one half. Madeline, this game's been going pretty good for the Eagles.
It has. I'd like to see a little more intensity on the defensive side of the ball, but offensively, we're playing great, marching the ball down the field, capitalizing with touchdowns and two-point conversions.
And what have we seen in Richard Baker, the beast?
Yeah, he's just powering through everyone right now. No one can stop him, and shout out to the offensive line doing a great job of blocking for him, opening up a lot of holes as well for Caleb Davis. Just a great job by the offense right now.
So, it's been a great game so far, a 1-point difference with the Eagles up. It's up to this point really been an upset for a lot of fans.
Yeah, it has. We're sitting on the Little Rock Christian side of the field, and, they're pretty quiet right now.
Look, we can't hear you. Clap, 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 clap.
Let's go.
So the Eagles will kick off to the Warriors to start the second half. Getting the number from the coaches. 72 is the kicker. He is not on roster for some reason, hasn't been all year. It's an onside up the middle. Eagles not able to get there. Could have recovered it, not quite there.
That was a dangerous return by the Warriors right there. Not getting on the ball very quickly. We could have easily had a chance at the ball right there.
That ball was recovered by number 21, Jackson Ward of the Warriors. So the Warriors have been able to run the ball just about everywhere tonight, with Preston Davis being the main back, as well as Ben Ridings.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good.
So, wow, what a stop by the defensive lineman. That's number 65, Caden Hinton.
Oh, my.
He flew through there like a rocket and shut that down before it even began.
What a play. That's what you like to see. Defensive side of the ball, intensity, hitting hard, wrapping up.
And, we've seen that all game. The defensive line is getting back there in the backfield.
There's only 3 people on that defensive line.
They just have a lot of shifty backs.
2nd and 12 for the Warriors. Taken by 15. Thrown a slant, a big hit by the defensive back. That was number 3, Eli Mosier, causing the incompletion.
That was the play we saw earlier when they broke away for a big gain. Good job there by the corner to get a stop.
I'm not quite sure what adjustments were made, but it seems to be working up to this point.
Yes, it does.
Knock on wood.
3rd and 12 from the 40-yard line.
15 will roll out to his left. He keeps looking, doesn't have anyone, decides to keep it, and runs out of bounds.
And he'll lose.
That'll be a loss of 1.
Yep.
So 4th and 13 for the Warriors.
Nice job by the defense coming out after the half. What do you think they talked about at halftime?
Stop them.
Exactly.
Don't let them do anything.
Great strategy.
Wrapping up, no arm tackling.
And just, being more intense. And that's what we've seen so far.
Back to receive is Jack Vines, and the punter is 17, Dawson Rudkin. We haven't seen him yet tonight.
We haven't.
Nolan almost able to get there. Vines tells everyone to back away, and it rolls out of bounds, and they'll mark it down at the 34-yard line.
Pretty good punt right there. I'm glad it went out of bounds. If that had gotten a Warrior roll, we could have been
in trouble.
Yeah, had some pretty bad field position, but good job by Vines right there, not making a mental mistake.
So a quick 50-second 3-and-out caused by the Eagle defense gives the Eagle offense great field position, and they were on a roll at the end of the half.
Yes, they were. We have all the momentum right now, getting a stop right there. So let's see. I want to see another touchdown on this possession right here.
McKissick is back ready to take the snap with Baker to his right, and Baker's been a beast. He will give it to Baker along the left side. Baker carries a man, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and carries him for 6. Baker is a beast.
If you're just now tuning in and didn't see the first half, that's what he's been doing all game, carrying guys on his back, making the Warrior defense have to tackle him with 3 or 4 guys, just not going down without a fight.
McKissick throws a screen pass to Vines. It was a little bit off the target, but Vines breaks free. It's a foot race, and Vines will not be caught. Touchdown,
go.
V-Town as Vines
Wow.
high steps into the end zone.
Let's go.
Beautiful.
That was a broken play by the Eagles, and they turned it into 6. Jack Vines along with blockers on the outside.
What a play by Vines right there. You know, a good pass by McKissick. I think he thought Vines was going to stay there and Vines was going to come in for the tunnel screen. But, you know, miscommunication, but turned out it's 6 points.
Maybe on purpose, a little bit of controlled chaos.
And good blocks by the receivers on the outside right there.
So Eagles will go for 2. They haven't missed a 2-point conversion yet. This one they will. Mark that up to commentator's curse.
Yep, yeah, jinxed them. That was the first 2-point conversion that we handed the ball off, though, I think.
We saw one where Baker was able to power through and fall into the end zone. We saw the one to Nolan on the outside on the other end of the field, running
gotcha.
out and catching a pass.
Gotcha.
Well, the first one was just at the very beginning, though. So
Yeah.
Guys watching the replay there, man, he tight-roped that sideline. Lucky not to step out of bounds. But he broke at least 3 tackles.
Yeah, I was thinking he was pretty close, too.
Correction, I was wrong, Madeline, because that touchdown was Baker falling in, and then we
Yes.
threw the screen to Baker,
Yes.
and then he fell in that way.
Okay,
Madeline was right.
always.
You know what we'd like to see there? A Sweeney Gate.
A Sweeney Gate. I don't
Hey.
believe they have that at this level yet.
You know, I'm looking to pull it out against Harrison in a couple of
I
weeks.
think we'll see
Oh,
it.
yes.
Okay, because I'm looking, you know,
We've already seen it once this year.
we have
Right.
last week. And I like to see that we still have it in the playbook, not throwing it away or anything.
It's still ready to go.
I love the Sweeney Gate. There's so many different not formations, but plays you can go out of that formation. No one can stop it.
So the kick is up. It'll be a short kick. There will be a flag. This will be illegal procedure on the Eagles. That was, if that's not a flag on the play, then that would be an extremely dangerous play for the Warriors because you saw 14 kind of fall to catch it.
Yeah. And it was, he didn't really have very good possession of it, and if we were able to run full speed, we would have had a chance to.
Maybe force a fumble.
Right.
So Eagles will back up 5 yards before they kick now, and Warriors happy about it.
Yeah, you know, I think we need to maybe kick it a little harder, not give them very good field position.
Maybe kick it, you know, as low and as hard as you can.
Right.
Try
Maybe
to
to
bounce
this
it
near
over.
side over here.
I would say you try to get it through the middle and then bounce it over the second line. They will kick it low and hard to the left side. And what a tackle. 14 taken down by number 34, Noah Yelich. Yelich did it last week.
Every week.
Yelich, though, makes a great tackle in the open field. He looked like the last defender that was going to get a chance, and he took advantage.
Yep, a good play by him. Not let them have anything big. And, you know, they do have good field position starting on the 50-yard line, but it's looking to see another
It
big
could have been
stop.
way better.
Right.
So Warriors ready to take the field after getting stopped on their last drive. This will be handed to number 20, and it'll be hit immediately, pushing guys down, and eventually gets drugged backwards by the entire Eagles football team.
Grant, I think all 11 white jerseys touched that boy right there.
All
That's
of
what
them.
you got to do with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
He'll
he's a big
go.
boy. He can break away.
He'll go everywhere if you let him.
Gain of 2. Bring up second and 8.
Davis in the backfield still with 22. Ben Ridings to the left of the quarterback.
22 has both
That's
of the Warriors' touchdowns.
so 14 messed up, but they will hand it to 22.
Nice.
Powers through.
Wow.
A great tackle by 53 who gets up to talk, and that's Dino McLaughlin. Dino, he can talk some trash.
That's Steve's.
I like
That's
Dino.
Steve's guy right there.
You hear Coach Morse yelling across the field, saying, watch the move.
Yeah, 14 on that motion earlier. Could have been called something.
So 15 keeps it. He's got pressure immediately. Davis not quite able to get there. Risky play, and the Eagle team will suffer for it after the big screen pass gets down to the 12-yard line.
Shoelace tackle there by Colton Ellis. Good job of holding on. He was actually hit getting blocked and just grabbed the guy's shoe and held on. But, you know, that was a big play by the Warrior offense.
So the Warriors will take over in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Benzing, the safety now.
20 on the left side of 15, as 15 looks like he
Nice
tried to
play.
hand it off. He messed up, and he will be sacked. Just like that, it's 2nd down. On the tackle, that was number 3, Eli Mosier, and 1, Matthew Benzing.
You could tell that was supposed to be a handoff, but the running back was no longer there.
Yes.
Check
think
that,
it was-
31, Landon Alexander.
Yeah, there you go.
So 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. And this is a big down for the Eagle defense. 15 rolls out to the left, and he's got time. He'll throw it up. That's a high pass. And Vine's able to push him out
Incomplete.
at the last second. One jumped up, caught it, and Vines just chucks him out.
Yep, and a good job again, not getting called pass interference. He waited till the guy had the ball in his hands in the air and pushed him out of bounds, and was just a good play by Vines.
It was a good play by the receiver, better play by Vines.
Yes, it was. Good catch. Just got to get your feet in.
Looking at the replay, he was well out of bounds, so it wasn't even close, really.
So 15 lines up for 3rd and 9.
What? No.
And 14, that's his 2nd time messing up this
Yeah.
drive, 1st time getting called. So
That's
that'll make a 3rd and even longer.
yes, it is. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
So Eagles really excited to see that call.
Bring
You
up,
know, ready to make a little bit of a stand here.
yeah, bring up 3rd and 14, and the Warriors got to get to the 3-yard line to pick up that 1st down.
15 hands it to 22 up the middle. 22 had a hole, decides to take a different hole, and will be taken down just a few yards short of the 1st down.
4th and 2 right here.
He had 2 choices, seems to take the wrong one.
Right, you know, this is probably the biggest play of the drive right here. If we can stop them on this 4th and 3, I think we would have a lot of momentum.
If the Eagles get a stop here, then that would be huge.
Oh,
And
they did.
They do. Along the edge, that was
Eagle ball.
number.
Let's go.
Wow.
Didn't even gain a yard. Great play there by the
Wow.
defensive line.
What a play by the entire Eagles defensive line to get through the Warriors offensive line, and that makes it 1st down and 10 for the Eagles.
And look at Coach. He is fired up.
That was number 34, Noah Yelich with the first hit.
And 84, Zach Nolan. And who else was in on that tackle? Landon Alexander, I believe.
It was really just the entire defensive line.
Great job by the defense. Now we got to march the ball 96 yards down the field.
It's enough yards.
It's a lot.
So McKissick will be alone in the backfield, calling something out. This may be a trick play. And
What?
I'm not sure. Okay, I see.
Just a quarterback sneak, I guess.
It was sort of a quarterback sneak. What it was is, back in the classic days, they used to just form a wall with one man in the ball, or one man holding the ball behind the wall. They would kind of encircle him and just move down the field until they broke through, sort of a Spartan formation. And that's what we saw right there.
Interesting.
So this time Baker will be in the backfield with McKissick, because that didn't really work very well. Got a couple yards.
Mosier looks to be all alone.
And McKissick, yes, he is. He will make the throw. Mosier breaks through. That's 1st down and 10 Eagles, and that's huge.
That is a big play. 1st and 10, get you out of that kind of scary area. You know, you don't want to be tackled for a safety or tackled, you know, near the goal line. Gives you some breathing room.
There's no one on Mosier this play either.
Nope.
If they, hurry up, Mosier's going to get the ball again and do the exact same thing on the other side.
See if McKissick sees it. Slow snap.
And McKissick will throw it to the other side. And that's Vines down there, able to fight for a couple more yards. They'll make it 2nd and 7.
You know, good catch by Vines. You know, we'll take three yards every play. But
Where's the beast?
The Beast is in the backfield blocking.
Give it to him.
Look, he can
Feed
block.
the beast.
He can block too, and they're using that.
I like to see the passing a little bit.
So McKissick will take the snap. Same play. Vines breaks the tackle and keeps fighting. That's first down and 10 for the Eagles. Vines with a gain of 9.
Great play there by Vines. You know, just staying on his feet and staying in bounds to pick up that first down.
That was a extremely impressive play by Vines.
Yes, it was. And it was
So-
the exact same play as we saw the play before.
Eagles just getting off these quick passes, and you see the defense scooting up. We may see a deep shot here.
Oh.
Baker takes it to the left side and continues to fight. It takes 3 Warriors to take him down, and that's a gain of 9. Baker
That's
just
what you want to see.
just pushes through, and Steve loves it. McKissick took quick to the line, tosses it to the left to Baker. Baker breaks a tackle in the backfield. He's got a lane. He's going.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh.
Gets called for stepping out of bounds.
Whew.
I thought that was 6.
That could have been a touchdown right there.
The entire side for the Eagles, all the fans just sat back down.
He had one man to beat.
I thought he had him, just stepped out.
It's all right, still a big gain, first down.
McKissick calling for the snap, does get it eventually. Baker hit in the backfield down low. It was a good hit that time. Baker not able to break through.
Right. We're
You've
going to have
seen-
to,
They keep trying to arm tackle Baker in the backfield, and that's not working. That time they put their shoulder into his knees.
that was a good tackle by the Warrior defensive lineman right there.
So McKissick in the backfield with Baker. He'll send Mosier in motion.
And they'll call.
False start on the Eagles.
We haven't seen very many penalties on Vilonia tonight. That's not start.
You know, you're right, Steve. It's been a disciplined game for the Eagles, as well as the Warriors. Not been a lot of penalties just in general tonight, and it's a good thing to see on both sides.
You know, like we've seen in the past, penalties everywhere.
Calm down, Steve. So McKissick in the backfield with Baker, and he will give it to Baker up the middle. Baker fighting through for more yards, and they'll take him down after a gain of about 3.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 12. 3rd and 13-ish.
So Eagles, I expect a tunnel screen.
Yeah, got to throw the ball right here. Maybe target Benzing or, well, Nolan's going to the other side, so we might see it to Vines.
They're just trying to throw off the Warrior defense, I
I
think.
believe we're going to let the time run out of the
Well,
third
we
quarter.
can't.
Well, the play clock is
Well,
at
we
8.
can't, yeah. They're going to call timeout
So-
maybe?
Either that or they'll just take the delay of game.
Timeout.
They will call timeout with 1 second showing on the play clock. And it's third quarter, given it is the end of the third quarter
Yes.
and 7 seconds away.
I think what you're seeing there is just a little clock management, trying to run as much time off that clock as you can.
It looks like the Eagles wanted some time to draw up a play to try to get this first down, or at least make it 4th and manageable.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, play calling wise. I think we need to see a tunnel screen right here, or maybe even a little slant, maybe pass, maybe.
Well, you could see a lot of different things here, and you know, Eagles can pull off a lot. Coach Sullivan, an offensive genius,
Yes.
and he loves to just draw up plays in the dirt, as we've said before.
Yeah, you know, Coach Sullivan just, he like you said, he can just draw up a play on the spot, but I like to see him pull something out of the playbook right here and pick up the first down, or like you said, 4th and manageable.
So down here at the bottom of the screen, we've got Benzing, Nolan, and Mosier with an empty set. So McKissick rolls out to his left, and he's got a man. That's Vines.
catch.
He catches
That
it.
ball crossed
Wow.
the first down
He
marker,
caught that.
and they call it a catch.
Nice.
So
Oh, yeah.
they'll spot it as a first down for the
Great.
Eagles.
Great catch right there. He bobbled it a little bit, kept his feet in bounds, and then came up with the catch.
So the spot, it's now 4th down, and an extremely short one for the Eagles. And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, 22-15, Eagles up on the Christian Academy Warriors.
Hey, big game. You know, Little Rock Christian's one of the better teams in the conference, and, you know, we have the lead and all the momentum right now. We're playing harder, hitting harder.
You know, you got to think. We punch it in right here. You got to be feeling good.
Yes, we do.
You've got a chance to go up by 2 scores against the Little Rock Christian Academy Warriors in the fourth quarter.
That destroyed Greenbrier a few weeks ago.
They did. So what you're saying, Steve, is basically if we win this game, we're just that much better than Greenbrier.
I like to think that. I really do.
Chris Lee's probably not happy with that statement.
Yeah, and it's also just a really big game because you don't want to go down 0-3 in conference play like we were talking about earlier. You go down 0-3 in conference, probably no chance at the state championship, or sorry, not state championship, conference championship. I got my head set on something else.
Well, I like where your mind's at. We're going for rings here.
You know, we've seen Harrison already this year, man. They're tough.
They are
a tough team this year. And they're a tough team every year, just a perennial powerhouse in the 5A.
You know, those freshmen were out there and they knew, you know, this is a new kind of offense for our team. But those Harrison kids have been running that kind of offense.
Go 4th and
their whole
1.
life.
So
Big
4th
play.
and a very short one for the Eagles. And they will be in the gun for this. Going for the hard count. McKissick looks to the sideline for a play.
12 seconds on
After
play clock.
the hard count doesn't work. Baker and Mosier switch sides, 5 on the play clock. And they will give it to Baker, who bobbles the ball. He's hit hard in the backfield. No, there was no blocking on that, as much as you hate to say it. The offensive line just didn't get a hand on anybody.
Yeah, they were there at the handoff. You gotta.
I mean,
you got to block a little better than that in the offensive line.
even if that's a play-action play,
You know,
the exact same thing is happening.
They've
to
done well
McKissick.
all night, so not to get down on them, but you got to block a little better than that.
One bad play can really hurt you, though.
Well, it just gives momentum back to them.
Exactly.
So the Warriors will drop back to pass. It's a high lob right on the money for number 7. He threw it where only he could get it, and that's an extremely difficult pass to make. 15 has got an arm.
Yes, he does. A great pass, like you said, right on the money, and a good over-the-shoulder catch by number 7.
So the Warriors will line up for 1st and 10. Chain gang still getting set.
No deep safeties for the Eagle defense.
They're really respecting the run game here. And rush by 53 gets around and scares 15. That was number 53 on the rush, Dino McLaughlin, and he got right to him.
If that pass was on the money,
That was a touchdown.
That would have been a touchdown.
It was a tough play for Vines, who
Vines.
did get beat by about a step and a half. And number 1, he's really a stud. That's an extremely difficult receiver to cover.
Yes, he is. You know, and Vine's playing both ways. I'm sure he's tired, but just glad it went our way.
15, he will throw it deep. He's got 7 open, misses the throw, and Mosier was there to take him down if he made the catch.
You know, one really good pass by the quarterback, and then 2 overthrowing his receiver.
Well, you see the way he throws. He tries to throw it up and just past the defense. He's counting on his receivers getting half a step,
Right.
no matter what,
Trying to allow the ball to land where only his guy can get it.
which he's good at doing that. He's been really close every time he's thrown the ball,
Right.
even the ones he misses.
3rd down.
So 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. Eagles looking to make it 4th and 10. That's 84, Zach Nolan.
Oh, that's a fumble.
strip sack. Eagles
Oh.
jump on it.
We got that.
Zach
Let's
Nolan
go.
forces the fumble and recovers it at the same time. That's Eagle football. And
Wow.
just like that, the Eagles have momentum back.
All the momentum just taken out of Little Rock Christian right there. Great play by Zach Nolan. Haven't seen him much on the offensive side of the ball, but right there, that might be one of the biggest plays of the game.
And Zach Nolan ran to the sideline, picked up a turnover shirt, and just pegged a fan, and is now going to play offense. Wow, what a play by the Eagle defense. Even just the defensive lineman eating up blocks so Nolan's able to get around and knock that ball out.
Looking at the replay, you know, he hit his arm right as he was about to start forward. So
he couldn't have been any later. So the Eagles will take over 1st and 10. McKissick will give it to Baker up the middle. Baker able to break through.
Wow.
He's still running up the middle and will be taken down after a huge gain. Richard Baker is fired up.
The beast doing what the beast does.
Whew.
Breaking tackles, hard run.
What a play by not only Richard Baker but the offensive line to really open that up, and Baker able to just break through the arm tackles. Eagles ready to take over for 1st down. McKissick reading the defense, seeing if he can get a quick throwaway. So the hard count on 1st down, that's not something you see too often, but the Eagles like to do it, see if they can't get something out of the defense. And they will. They do it again. Wow. That's 26 that jumped, and really that's just the offense taking what the defense will give you. That was Holt Chapel on the jump. So what happened, 26, he jumps, and he tries to stay on balance with one leg and goes directly over the center and just falls down.
Man, it's kind of like those plays you see at free throws whenever they start leaning and then they fall out.
He leaned a little bit too early right there.
Yeah.
So that'll make it 1st and 5 for the Eagles. Do we see another hard count? We did it last year a couple of times. We won't. He will roll to the left and give it to Baker on a counter. And a big push by an offensive lineman, make that a receiver.
Goodness gracious.
Someone, I didn't even get a clear view. I think that was 56, Andy Tinnen, hitting Baker in the back when I thought Baker was done running. And Tinnen just comes in and pushes him for another 4 yards.
Yeah, it was Tinnen. And, yeah, just a great play right there, but offensive line and Baker.
So it's 2nd and a short one for the Eagles. And Vines is in one-on-one coverage over here.
Yeah, you got to target Vines right here.
That's number 1. They've been together all game. Vines covering number 1. That's Scotty Hightower. So Baker hitting the backfield. That'll make it 3rd and 2 after the loss of 1.
Yep.
But as we were saying, Vines is covering Hightower, and Hightower is covering Vines. Maybe sort of a rivalry forming between those two. We've seen a little bit of talk.
A little bit of jarring, a little bit of extracurricular, as Corey would say. But
man.
But one-on-one coverage right here. I mean, it is 3rd and 2. Caleb Davis checking into the game.
Davis, a little bit of a shifty back.
Right.
So McKissick lines up looking for something. Davis in motion. McKissick gets a screen away. Good play by number 6 to kind of push away Matthew Benzing as the ball got there. Really perfect timing by the defender.
Yeah, you know, coaches wanted it to be a little early, saying that pass interference, but I think it's kind of like the plays we've seen Vines make on the defensive side of the ball, so I'm okay with a no call right there.
I think it's just a good play.
Right.
You know, you're exactly right. We've seen Vines do the same thing several times, and it's a good no call to have.
Big 4th down right here.
Big play right here.
We've got to convert, I think. You know, we got to score on this possession.
So you don't have anyone out wide, really, down here at the trip set.
Tight formation.
We may see another screen to Baker like we saw for that 2-point conversion.
You're right. And Little Rock Christian's going to take a timeout here and talk about that formation.
So, you know, it's the classic. I'll call timeout after they line up so I know what formation I'm working with. We may see a completely new formation now by the Eagles, though.
Which, you know, is something that would not surprise me based off of Coach Sullivan and just the plays he calls.
You know, we may see a Philly special.
Philly special.
Look, the fans want to see it. I know you want to see it. We all know Steve wants to see it, as do I.
Maybe we'll see it.
Give the fans what they want, maybe.
Let me just call Coach Sullivan real quick.
Hello?
Hey, run the Philly special.
No.
Oh, okay.
So he says no. unfortunately, but hopefully we win this game, and that's really what the fans want to see.
Yep, big play right here, and like you said, a completely different formation. Vines near side and trips to the right.
So we may see a slant from Vines, which is open,
Ooh.
and it will be a toss to the outside for Baker. Baker hit 2 or 3 times in the backfield, and that's a turnover on downs for the Eagles.
You know, and I think everyone in the stadium knew that it was about to be a run, and I think a slant right there by Vines would have caught everyone off guard.
Right.
And picked up the first down, but that's all right.
It's,
Defense got to play ball.
It's not great field position as compared to what the Warriors have had all night.
Right.
So, and especially with what the Eagle defense did last drive, anything could happen here.
Up by 7 with 4:56 to go.
This game could go down to the wire.
Little miscommunication. Late substitution with 10 seconds on the play clock.
So clock is running 5 on the play clock. They will get it off. A little bit of a weird handoff there, as that's number 20 who breaks through for about 4 yards.
Here with number 26, Hope Chapel. Stop at number 63, Brody Folks.
So Ellis was in there to help with cleaning up the tackle. I didn't exactly see who else was in there.
Brody Folks was in there as well.
So this Eagle defense, you know, you've got the 3 receivers down at the bottom, and they will throw it. They've got Vines in one-on-one coverage, and Vines makes a great play to knock the ball away.
Nice.
He gets it away from Hightower, and that's been a matchup we've seen all night, and Vines wins that one.
Yes, he does.
He should have caught that. That was there.
Well, he did catch it,
Yeah.
and Vines just got his hand right in the perfect spot and swats it out of his lap.
Nice defense.
That is how you play football.
If Hightower had taken another step, that could have been another forced fumble right there.
If he makes any sort of move, that is definitely a forced fumble.
Yes.
We've got him into another 3rd down.
So 3rd and about 7 for the Warriors. And no one will blitz this time. And, right out of Vines' hands. It was a little bit high for the receiver. And Vines just not able to get off the ground because he was not expecting it. He was moving in to make the tackle. And if it goes clear through Vines' hands, then Ellis has a chance. That was just a bad pass.
You know, good play by the secondary right there.
Big 4th down here.
4th and about 6.
So Warriors need to get a first down here. This is a difficult spot to go for it. And the Eagles bring a rush. That's Zach Nolan once again coming up clutch
And look
for
at
the
the
Eagles
field position
defense.
we're going to get.
He has ice in his veins.
Zach Nolan, what a great pass rusher right there on that play. And number 34, Noah Yelich from the backside as well.
So Zach Nolan literally just pushed his guy to the side and said, I'm getting this tackle whether you like it or not. That is how you rush a quarterback.
And, man, they give the ball to us in great field position.
And if we punch this in,
A ball game.
yeah, it's a bold statement, but, you know, they won't have a lot of time left to work with.
So you see, it's a little bit tighter coverage, not by much, but it's a little bit tighter down here at the bottom for Vines.
I would still target him, though.
I would send Vines on another quick slant. Instead, they'll give it to Baker along the right side. Baker has been a workhorse all night. They'll give him 3.
And that's
Run that
something.
time. Run that time.
Yeah, I was fixing to say I think that's something we'll see a lot of running on this possession. Run the time down, and even if we don't score and just don't give them the ball back, that's all right with me.
Look, if you can run the ball and get 3 or 4 yards every play, then that's really all you need to do, and that'll really run the clock down.
Right.
The most important thing to do here is score, however, which, whatever it takes, I'm sure Coach Sullivan knows what it is.
Right.
McKissick will take the snap and give it to Baker. Gets slapped by 51, but that doesn't tackle him. So
No.
he slapped him on the shoulder pad.
Little Rock Christian fans not happy about something. I
They
didn't see
wanted
nothing
a
there.
holding.
They called holding. I didn't see a holding.
didn't
I did
either.
not.
Somebody's a little salty.
That's the classic. You can call holding on any play. So Vines at the bottom of your screen, as we've said. You got Benzing at the top, Mosier in the slot with Nolan and Baker alongside McKissick in the backfield.
7 seconds on the play clock.
Mosier in motion. He'll hand it to Baker along the right side. Baker
And
Yep.
that's a
makes a
horse
hit.
collar.
There's a horse collar tackle.
Carry number 19.
Keep it marching.
That's big.
And a great call by the ref right there. He definitely grabbed the back of his shoulder pads and put his hand inside the jersey. That's a horse collar. You know, not something you want to see as a Little Rock Christian fan. But
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Whoa. So they do call holding on the offense, which was
But they
surprising to say the least.
gave us a 10-yard penalty.
It'll be 10 yards called.
Holding's
What about the horse collar?
holding
They
is
didn't
10.
see the horse collar.
Holding is 10 penalty.
So clock is running, 18 on the play clock.
Wow.
Eagles in a strange situation.
1st and 20.
McKissick is waiting on the play clock to go down, it looks like. And now we'll run the play straight to Mosier.
Oh.
And Mosier makes a spin move and gets thrown down. Not quite enough lead in his pockets. And that didn't look like a designed direct snap.
I don't know if it was or not.
Timeout, Little Rock Christian.
Timeout.
So Warriors do call timeout, Steve, and
it is
there's-
2nd and long.
1:56 left on the clock, 2nd and long, as you said, and really just a weird situation to be in where you want to run the ball and run the clock out, but at the same
Can't.
time, it's 2nd and about 9 miles.
Yeah.
Man, that was a big penalty there. Ugh.
You know, and Vilonia fans all expecting a horse collar. But,
Well, he threw it right at the play.
right, he threw it at the defensive back.
You know, again, one of those you can call holding on any play. They decide to on that one. And it's been a big game for the Eagles offense so far. You know, Richard Baker just having a day.
Yes, he has, and offensive line doing a great job of opening up holes and helping pushing him down the field. And you know, we gotta get a first down here and not give Little Rock Christian a chance.
You know, and you can't forget about the Jack Vines touchdown on that broken screen play.
Right. Just a great night offensively.
So McKissick will take the snap and will fake the handoff. He's got Benzing. Great play by 6 to get his hands in there
You know,
for an incompletion.
Benzing could have come up with that. It was on the money, just a little bit behind him.
Well, you just got to get your hands out. Benzing has some long arms, let me
Right.
tell you. 6 a little bit smaller, but, you know, Benzing brings his arms in a little bit too far. 6 able to get to the ball.
You know, I think what we want to do here, run the ball. You know, make them use that final timeout.
Could we see a punt from here? Could you punt it and pin them down within the 10?
You could.
Is that something we're capable of?
You know, we're not going to run the ball here, it doesn't look like, unless Mosier is going to take it.
And it will not be Mosier. It is a pass. It's a screen
we got it,
pass
we got
to
it.
Vines. Vines had a little bit of a lane and gets hit hard from behind. Timeout Warriors.
Still have to use their timeout, so that's
yes,
good.
so that's right.
Well,
So
to the defense, and they've played well all night.
they've allowed 15 points on the night, and that's really impressive because I believe those were all in the first quarter.
Yes.
So after the first quarter,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute.
What?
They're saying it's 4th down?
It is 4th down.
That they call timeout to force us to run a play without the clock running. Because if you switch possessions, then the
clock
clock is
stops.
stopped until you get set.
Gotcha.
So, you know, this play, I think we should just try to run the ball or pass, but we have to make sure we complete the pass.
It could be about a 3-step drop and throw a slant to someone.
Right.
Or even just a screen.
But we want to make sure we try and take as much time as we can because the clock will stop once the play is dead if we don't pick up first down.
So really, you're not looking to score a touchdown. Of course, you want to score a touchdown here. But what you're looking to do is try to force Little Rock Christian to start from as far back as possible. So I expect to run up the middle.
Exactly right.
And we won't see that. We will see a rollout pass. McKissick throws a bomb to Mosier. Mosier did push off, and ball don't lie, incomplete. That was almost a great catch by Mosier.
I thought he was fixing to catch that.
I thought Madeline was about to run on the field and give Mosier a big old high five.
That would have, I don't know, if he had caught that.
He laid up for it, just couldn't bring it in.
hit his fingertips.
He shows the athlete he is. And what a throw by McKissick to get that
Right.
off on the run.
And put it right where, just like Mosier could get it. Little Rock Christian defender had no chance on it.
All right, defense.
1:37 and counting on the clock for the Warrior offense to
Why did
work.
it stop? The clock is stopped after the referee blew his whistle.
So there's a big rush by the Eagle defense. Caleb Davis comes out. There will be a holding call.
Ooh.
And Zach Nolan had a great play to knock it down. Unfortunately, if he doesn't knock it down, Matthew Benzing picks it off.
Holding.
Right.
So holding on the offense. That'll make it first and extra long for the Warriors.
Yeah, and you're right on that play. Great play by Nolan, but
Benzing was right there.
yeah, if Nolan hadn't got his hand on that, Benzing would have had a pick, I think.
I mean, it could have gone through his hands, but again, there was a holding call to back you up. That's the right thing to do by
Yep.
Nolan. Really incredible that he was able to just reach back and tip it away.
Good job by Nolan defensively again. He's been a big guy on the defense tonight.
So plenty of time for the Warrior quarterback, and he throws it.
To no one.
Way.
Wow, that was way out of there. And I think what he was thinking is, I'm going to throw this just as far as I can because only Hightower will be able to get to it. But he wasn't able to get to it, and Ellis almost was able to get there.
Right, you know, miscommunication because it looked like Hightower was just running a deep post, and, you know, quarterback
He
thought-
threw a deeper post.
even deeper
A
post.
little
Yeah, exactly right.
miscommunication there.
So trips on the far side for the Warriors offense. And you've got Ellis playing center field.
Now, is this new quarterback, 17?
I believe it is.
He was the punter earlier. Pump fakes.
And he will throw it. Wow, what a
That's a pick.
throw. And that's picked off by Ellis.
Let's go!
Ellis and Mosier fought for it in midair, and
Wow.
Ellis comes up with it. And that's Eagle football with 1:22 left on the clock.
And that's game right there. If we can pick up one first down, that's game.
Man.
Warriors have no timeouts.
Oh, we might not even need a first down.
Huh.
Hey, and if Ellis hadn't come up with that pick right there, Mosier would have.
They're-
Just great pursuit of the ball by our defense
And
these past few possessions.
That wasn't even a bad pass. It's just like all the passes have been by Christian so far. It's a lob, it's a duck, it's too high in the air, and you're able to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, you
So-
give the defensive backs time to register and make a play.
So victory formation for the Eagles. And this is something we've been wanting to see as the clock is running with 1 minute and counting. McKissick takes the knee, and
And guys, what a big win this is for this junior high team. To come into Little Rock Christian on their home field and beat them, wow.
Yeah.
this is not something that many people expected, especially after the 2 losses that the Eagles have had in the past 2 weeks. They're coming off of a losing streak, and they break it at Little Rock Christian's field.
At Little Rock Christian.
That-
That's big time right there.
That's a big thing to be able to say,
This'll-
especially with the talent that this Christian team has.
Right. This will push our record to 3-2 and
And that's the game.
1-2 in the conference. And
Yep,
yeah,
they'll
that
not
is
have to snap it again. Big win by this
15
junior high team.
15-22. The Eagles will win this as they go home happy today. I mean, Steve,
dub season.
Wow.
we just beat the Little Rock Christian Academy Warriors
On their home field.
on their home
Mad.
field. That's not an easy feat.
That's big
that's
time.
huge, and my hat's off to this junior high team. They played hard all night. You got to give a huge shout out to Baker. Man, I no telling how many yards he has, but wow,
You give a
he
shout
was
out.
the beast tonight. That's for sure.
You give a shout out to Baker, to Ellis,
Oh yeah,
to Mosier, to Vines, to Nolan, to the entire offensive line, to
Offensive
the
line.
entire
It-
defensive
it
line.
was a team effort for sure.
Definitely.
There was no weak link in this Eagle team tonight.
And the coaches, great play calling
Oh, yes.
offensively and defensively to, keep the Little Rock Christian Warriors on their toes, not knowing what's to come. Just a great job by Vilonia and to make adjustments at halftime, and we saw a completely different defense the second half.
This is a really disciplined Christian Warrior team, and we forced 2 turnovers, I believe, and that's That's incredible.
And may I add, we did not turn it over tonight.
We didn't. No turnovers on the Eagles side of the ball, 2 on the Christian Warrior side of the ball.
They did what they had to do to come out here and get a win tonight, and that's play good offense, good defense, no turnovers, limited penalties. We didn't have that many.
Right.
And walk away here with a victory tonight.
So the Eagles will walk away with a win tonight. Their first in the last 3 weeks, and the losing streak is gone.
It is.
So we'll be live tomorrow for the high school game.
That's right. Making the fun drive to Huntsville.
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be a party.
Look, everyone knows that Grant can dance now, so Grant's going to dance.
And sing.
Grant is the best singer. Grant talks about himself in the third person.
I guess you're going to get us a good playlist together.
Oh, I'm going to get the best playlist together. Steve, you're going to be so proud. But, you know, we'll be live tomorrow night at Huntsville for the Eagle game.
Pre-game at 6:30.
You know, tune in. It's a show. It's a pregame show.
Yes, no doubt.
So for Grant McNew alongside Madeline Tipton and Stone Cold Steve Austin, we'll see you next week. Be there.